How y'all dickheads doing? It is I, once again, Dick Record, coming to you live from the studio in New York City. Today, we're going to be working on a leather cuff. This is not it. This is actually one that I made off stream, but it's similar enough that I could use it for the thumbnail. But before I get into it, if you're new to the channel and you like what you see, please like, share, and subscribe. But more importantly, come over to twitch.tv/Dick Record. Link in the description where you catch me streaming video games, a little bit of Leathercraft, and other assorted nonsense every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. But with that out of the way, let's get into it. All my parts for this thing are actually over there because I'm horribly underprepared. Haha. Alright, so there's a few things I got to do today. One, I forgot to send out the tweet thanking everybody for coming last time. Two, this is the one that I was working on last time. This one I made off stream, and it needs, I don't know if y'all can tell, it needs a loop right around here to keep this thing down when it's affixed onto the hand. We're going to put that over there, though. I do like how that came out, and I'm going to have to learn how to sew that on later. That's why we have this little strip over here. Probably not going to do that during this stream today. What I am going to do during this stream today is take what I learned from making that one and continue to make this one that we did start on stream. There are these holes on here. Well, these two holes. No, they're not even punched in yet, but these two holes. And I have to match them on here. Right, they're already sort of like here and here, like between those two, right? So it'd probably be like there. And realistically, I think I should actually punch between them and then move out, because for this version of the design, there's actually like a bit of give, right? There's a, so that this can shift, because when it's wrapped around the wrist, you know, these will shift, but when it's laying flat, they'll shift again. So, right. Think about ergonomics and engineering all the way for this project. But I think that before we even do any of that, I gotta fix this edge, actually. My cat has already started yelling at me. I might have to shoo her out of the room again, because can't handle that. She knows I can't. She knows that she's annoying. She does it on purpose. Not my fault. It's her fault. I spoil her, though. This took a long time to stitch, which is like a shame. Because I was planning on doing it for the rest of this too. And I guess I still can, but like, what a pain that was. So we'll likely not do it. We'll likely not, although I think it might look nice. Just like the top and the bottom. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Because as I was, this looks very plain. The one without the stitching, but when I put it on, I was like, this actually looks really, really nice. Additionally, I think what I realized after doing the stitching and then hammering it flat was that the hammering kind of changed. It might have like flattened out the leather and stretched it ever so slightly, which is not great. Like these two bands are supposed to be the same size, but I guess they are the same size. What the hell? You know what? I'm gonna stop asking questions. All I know is that this is kind of like more narrow here than it is here. And I don't know how that happened. I don't know how that happened. And it's starting to like bend weirdly in the middle. Again, don't know how that happened. Either way, this is a present for somebody. So we're gonna finish that. What was I? We're gonna need our slicker. Yeah, let's do the top and the bottom. Just a little bit of threading. Because I feel like stitching's very fun to do, right? And it prevents this thing from like stretching too much, you know what I mean? It's nice ASMR type stuff. I don't know about ASMR, but it is nice and like kind of quiet, kind of chill, you know what I mean? Let's see. I'm not actually going to take it around the corner. I'm just going to mark off where each side should end so that there's sort of a symmetry, if that makes any sense. Hey, Chicken Lips. How you doing, Erwin? Sorry. What's up, Trey? Hi, everybody. I was paying attention because I get wrapped up in my own goddamn world. You don't like stretching. Did you not stretch for your last dance class, Erwin? Just got home from work? Ooh. Hope your days went well. Guys, happy Friday. No. Jenny, why? I thought you stopped. I thought you stopped streaming and anything. Hi, Feels. How are you doing? Saga, why would you do that? Jenny, Feels Dry is just happy to see me suffer. Also because he programmed in the bean command. Trey, did you change your color? You stretch for the second one? Uh-oh. 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 Uh-oh, Jenny, thank you for subscribing. My cat is staring at me, going like, I can't believe you're putting another one of those in your mouth. And I'm like, listen, I can't believe you put that dry food in your mouth. Every time. It's such a strong word. You programmed it. Every time somebody subscribes to this horrible atrocity that we call Dick Record Heavy Industries, I have to eat one of these. Every one of these beans has 2 flavors, and it looks like this one is possibly buttered popcorn or rotten egg. You gonna be coming back? Okay. That's good to know. Oh. Oh, fuck me. Not because you're coming back, but because I got a bad bean. It tastes like rotten eggs, guys. I think... Yeah. That's good to hear, though, Jenny. I hope everything's okay. The ratio is terrible, as is the flavor. Jenny, thank you for subscribing and for 3 months. And you really should save your money, or if you're really spending your money that badly, please donate to one of your favorite charities, or save it for the charity stream that's coming up. God, it's got to be next month. I think it's in May. I just don't know which charity to do it for. I think we're just gonna start doing Eldon squats, and it's like from the get-go. I'm trying to make a cuff. Feels, I'm trying to make a cuff, okay? You fucking happy? One of these is actually for you. It's not the one that's done, because the one that's done is not done. Anyway. We're in the process. Pretty bad ratio. What about Warfighter Engaged? Is she okay, though, Jenny? Is your mom okay? Warfighter Engaged. Is that phone game? Hey, Tofu. Is that phone game, Jenny? What's the matter, Summer? She's like lying in bed, yelling at me, going, you want to get picked up? Do you want to see your adoring public? Bobby's right here. He's seeing his adoring public. That's not actually him. That's just a photo of him. Give me a minute. Oh, okay. Hold on. I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna try to pick her up, but I think she wants attention right now. Non-profit that makes adapted gaming equipment for veterans. Oh. That's not the kind of news that I was hoping for. I'm sorry to hear that, Jenny. Jen, are you? Sorry, I'm like here. I'm still here. Jen, are you and the rest of the family okay? Are you and the rest of the family okay? That's not great news. I'm gonna go see what this cat wants. Maybe she wants to join us. What do you want? You want attention? You want to see your adoring public? I pick you up? I chase you around the house? Want to go into the Yankee? Oh, she just melts. Shit. I mean, that's a good way to look at it, Jen. I'll be honest. You know, she's in my lap. Summer's in my lap right now. See, because I have her tail. It's actually really hard to see her because black on black. I mean, that's a very positive way to look at it. You know, the way that like some of our bodies will inevitably kind of like give up on us towards the ends of our lives. Not pleasant to think about. Summer, don't, no. That's not for you. She started sniffing at the other one. Yeah. No, no, I meant the cat. I'm sorry, Jenny. Summer's on my lap now. She's gonna be a good girl and she's not gonna yell at me, okay? She's been so demanding. And I recently read that that's my fault. And I refuse to accept that because as a human, as the human of this relationship, I cannot be wrong. I'm not wrong, Summer. You're wrong. No. Don't play with that. Okay. Oh, that's good. I I don't know if it's normal to have Summer. Don't play with the wires. I don't know if it's normal to have like morbid thoughts about like the end of my own life. But the other day I was thinking about like because especially in this country, uh, we don't like let people go. You know what I mean? Like, well, we let them go, but we can't like you know help it along in any way, shape, or form. You know what I mean? Like if somebody's like in a lot of pain towards the end of their lives, we just sort of like let them be in pain, right? And that sort of sucks. Um, and so I was thinking like, I guess towards the end of my life, we're just gonna have to have them like drug me up. I guess that's what happens. And it's like, I don't know why I think these things. This was a thing that I was thinking of yesterday with regards to myself. Not even like, like an older relative who's like would be closer to it than me, right? For myself, I'm just like, and I don't know if that's selfish or whatnot, but just a thing that occupied my brain for way too long yesterday. But you know, our own Summer, no, don't touch that. Our own mortality is like this weird thing, medically assisted death state. Oh, we have states that allow that? I'm writing that shit down. Okay. I'm writing down Colorado. Oops, sorry, Summer. Summer, Jenny says she loves you. Colorado. When near death. Also, you said there's 7. It's originally Oregon. Oregon makes sense. Washington, I guess just by proximity, that sort of thing would just like get over there. Let's see. Warfighter engaged. I'm writing that down because like I'm trying to narrow it down because I like originally I was thinking like should I just go for like Trans Lifeline or the Trevor Project, or should I go for something that's like not a specific group, because sometimes when you choose to help any specific minority group, all the other races start to come out and act like assholes, or not even racist, but like so I don't want that to happen to the channel. So I don't know. It was like then there's the easy one, the ASPCA, because everyone loves animals, regardless of whether or not you're an asshole. I guess some assholes don't like animals. What's the matter, Summer? Calling me an asshole, Summer? You can't call me an asshole. Looking for worldwide. Able Gamers helps adapted gaming equipment worldwide. Able Gamers. Okay. Take this is great for mental health representation in video games. take this. That would actually be in line with what we did last year. Last year we raised money for You Are Rad, an international charity that raises money to help people find and afford mental health care the world over. Originally it was suggested to me by Lincoln, and then I took like my sweet time getting that shit all organized, and I was just like, before I knew it, it was like, oh, it's, you know what? Let me do that for the stream anniversary. Now that I made a ton of noise, Summer jumped off my lap, which is perfect. That'll teach you to be a cat. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. All right, so I've written them all down. I'll add them to the list that I don't actually have. So that's already that's the list so far. I should choose sooner rather than later, or just put it up for a poll on like Twitter, I guess, or the Discord. I think the Twitter would probably be better, because the Discord only has like 30 people. Not really a huge sampling of everybody. It's been invite only because I'm secretly ashamed of the work that I haven't done. And one day I'll add more bots to it to do roles and shit. And do all the other things I'm supposed to do, quote unquote supposed to do. You know? What the, no. Damn it, Bo. Damn it, Bo, why would you do that? Bo, that's illegal. Bo, thank you. But Bo, that's illegal. Now the police are coming to your house. One of my finest boots. The only boots that I have are the ones that I wear. The only ones that I have are the ones that I wear. Thank you, Bo. Wait a minute. You have gold balls? Holy shit, 15 months? That's a long time, sir. Sir, thank you. Bo's been subscribed for 15 months, and that kind of happened out of nowhere. Thank you, Bo. Bo, you know what happens now. I know you hate it, because you've had these before. It's Bean Boozled time! We already got a bad one today, which means we're good. We're due for another bad one. Oh, it's green. I think that this is either booger or juicy pear, but I already have a feeling I know which one this is going to be. It sure does taste like booger. Ah, yes. This reminds me of my days back in the 2nd grade, where I and Elizabeth, the other weird girl in class, would trade boogers and feast upon them in the back of the classroom while giggling at all the normies. This doesn't remind me of that at all. But it does remind me of this girl named Elizabeth from my, I think, 2nd grade class, who was caught, like, eating boogers. So, it's okay, Bo. The odds are forever against me. It's a good thing I have coffee left. But thank you for subscribing to Dick Record Heavy Industries for 15 fucking... You're crazy. You're crazy, man. Stop being crazy. Ah. Oh, God. I was telling Jenny that well, I guess because I still haven't planned out the charity stream this year, but I'm thinking, you know what, it's time to just do the Elden squats. Last year was a stretch goal. I was hoping to raise like $1,000, and if I raised $1,000, I would have just bought Elden Ring, streamed myself doing squats every time I died. That's gonna be a mistake. I'm just gonna start it off like that, and we'll just increase the amount of squats I do per death. Which means I really need to start doing more squats if I'm going to survive that stream. I also really have to... I never finished Doki Doki Literature Club. Bo, how's your day been? How's your week been? It's Friday, and I have to say the only fine boots that I have are the ones that I didn't make. I don't know how to make boots yet. I remember years ago I wanted to learn to make boots because I kind of knew, right? I can modify the game with ring. I don't have a ring fit though. I've seen people do that though. I've seen people do that where it's now like they're running and they're like, wait, I still don't know where to put this microphone. They're like running and they're like, and that's to run, and then like to dash is like a yeah. No, it's this thing. Ring Fit's like this thing for the Switch. It's like a ring. It's got it's a resistance kind of ring, right? And so the controls are built in there, but they're also motion controls. So like certain things will require that like you squeeze it, to do things. And so like that'll be an input. Another input will be like, like you raise it over your head. Oh, my pull-ups are starting to catch up to me. So there are games that are based on it. There's actually recently they released a Fist of the North Star game for the Ring Fit. It's mainly like basically a gamifying exercise, because some people exercise more when it's gamified, right? There's I remember years ago I was in a gym and they had this thing. They had this thing that was like it was like a bike that you can like turn and everything, and it had a screen built in and there were games built in, and all the games looked terrible. But I remember playing that for maybe like 40 minutes straight and then getting out of it. I didn't realize I was on it for 40 minutes straight because I was just playing these games. And then like the next week I was just like, oh, I don't want to do anything anymore. I would like to sleep forever. The eternal sleep. Oh, that felt so bad. But also, it's a great way to kickstart some fitness regimen. Right now, we're making a leather cuff because Feels asked me for one a while ago, and I had no idea what to do. And then I watched a video rather about making leather cuffs, and I was like, well, all right, that's not so terrible. I got to sketching. There were different versions that I wanted to make. Ultimately, I kind of fell upon this one, right? Where it's like a... Where did I put it? Did it fall? This design where it's a band holding back the cuff part. I need to add one of those ring things so that when it's actually on the wrist, it has a thing to I did have to order buckles, which I wasn't looking forward to, but whatever. And it actually kind of looks really nice on my wrist, and I think it'll look nice on Feels. I'm making this one specifically for Feels because I do think that this needs to be reinforced, but I'm not entirely sure, and I'm going to be keeping this one to test this size, to test this version out. Hey, what's up, Micro? The thing that's missing though is it needs one of those rings to hold this down, because otherwise this will just flop around and shit. That's not great. So I have to learn how. It's a very specific stitch that I have to learn how to make. Micro, you didn't sleep, did you? It's a very specific type of stitch. It's not the saddle stitch. It's not the saddle stitch. Wait, so they modified Breath of the Wild so that they could play it with the Ring Fit? I still haven't played Breath of the Wild. One of these days. It looks like fun. I don't own a Switch. One of these days I'll get a Switch. You know what? I think at this point, the Switch has already gotten past me, to be perfectly honest. You know what I mean? Because, like, I'm trying to get this symmetrical. Like, we're at the end of the console. We're at the end of its lifespan. Consoles essentially get like a 5-year lifespan, and then that's it. Right? They move on to the next one. Sometimes the console gets a little bit longer because of consumer demand, but like Nintendo, has already like started designing and is planning for like a 2024 release of like their next console, right? So they like already have it in the pipeline. They just need to like announce it at whatever. They'll probably announce it either this year or next year. And so like it'll probably be out next year, you know? You can't miss my face. No one can miss my face. You didn't go to sleep. God damn it, Micro. I'd be upset with you if I didn't already kind of like understand you have a thing that's just like making you not sleep. I'm putting this here, and it's still like not in the best spot. Maybe if it's too high up. I thought about getting the Zelda OLED, but it's just like the system itself is just like it's kind of on the end of its lifespan, you know. So that's the main reason, essentially. Which is a shame because it looks like such a good system. But like I also, when I want to get a Nintendo console, I tend to remind myself like, hey, remember how much use you got out of your GameCube? You played 3 games on it. Aw, happy birthday. You got a good reason tonight. Okay. Happy birthday, Micro Junior? I guess not Junior, because Junior would be like your son. Happy birthday, Micro's brother. Micro Oni-chan. There we go. You slept 11 hours in 6 days? Oh, Christ. I have a lot of people here who don't get a lot of good sleep. And I don't know if I'm attracting them. I might be attracting people who can't sleep. Because I know there's another dude who comes by regularly. I'm not going to name names. We don't name names here. Unless they come out and say it. But I have another dude here who'll be like, yeah, I haven't slept in like 3 days. And it's like, like, he's told me why. And it's just like, that's actually tragic. And I'm sorry. And, like, you know, I take sleep for granted. Because I don't have really any real issues with sleeping. Aside from, like, my cat will wake me up at 7 o'clock every day to feed her. That is my only sleeping issue. Oh, you have... Oh. Lupus is not fun. I know a few people that have lupus. And the medication is, from what I understand, way worse than the actual disease, to the point where, like, a lot of them just don't even take it, because, like, fuck that. You know? Like, I need to operate heavy machinery, or I just need to be able to drive. I can't be taking lupus meds. You know? Be loopy all day. I got shit to do. I would understand that regardless of my position, because, like, fuck, man. Any medication that, like, wants to knock you the fuck out is just like, ugh. 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 I hope the birthday was good, Micro. Rule 34 loop. No. No, you can't Rule 34 it. Hey, fuck yeah. Did you keep it in a jar? Is it inappropriate for me to ask you if you kept it in a jar just to mock it? I'm not. I'm kind of kidding, but kind of not. Part of me, There's this one episode of Doogie Howser where like the entire episode's about how Doogie has like a thing that he has to get removed from his throat. And they said it's like about the size of a raisin. So he gets the operation done, and then like he talks to his buddy Vinny. I think his name is Vinny. And so he's like, oh yeah, like in the end of the episode, he's like talking to his friend Vinny. He's like, oh yeah, I got the surgery, went through without excess. Actually, I have it right here, and he's holding like a little vial with like this little thing in it. And then Vinny's like, ugh, and then Doogie just picks it out with like a pair of tweezers and eats it, and then Vinny just fucking like books it, and so um after that's over, what happens is Doogie Howser then takes a box of white raisins out of his desk and starts eating them with the same tweezers, and it becomes apparent that like, oh, that wasn't the thing they removed from his throat. He put a white raisin in a vial. But ever since I saw that episode of that show, I've always been like, if they ever remove anything from me, I'm gonna want that. I want it in a vial. Is that morbid? Maybe. But also, like the pharaohs used to keep their organs in vials, in jars. I think that's fine. Oh, but I wanted to learn to make shoes. Totally, totally got sidetracked from that. I am a huge, not a huge, I have a huge collection of like really expensive boots and shoes. I actually, yesterday, even though I was just making a store run, I hadn't worn them in like maybe the entire pandemic, actually. Yeah, it's been the entire pandemic. So I decided I was gonna wear my Viberg Shell Cordovan blue shoes. They're not dress shoes. They do look dressy. They're very shiny. But they're made of Shell Cordovan. They're like, they don't make them anymore, but those boots, no, they're not boots, sorry. They're shoes. When I bought them, I didn't pay this much, but they're like $1,000 shoes. They're so pretty though. They're like the prize piece of my collection. I like them a lot. But I only wear them. Supposedly they're for year round. I only wear them when it's like pretty warm out. I think they're very pretty. They have a Scotch grain embossing treatment on them, so they look so nice. And I try not to get them in the rain because like you do have to like treat them a specific way after you get them wet, but they're also they're built like tanks. They're some of my like hardest wearing boots, but they're not boots, they're shoes. They're blue shoes. They're blue shoes. Bluchers. Sorry, I was not reading chat. Hey Game Trickster, how you doing? Oh no. Feels, don't get that removed. The doctors wanted to study it, so you named it Valjean Javert. Okay, Les Miserables guys, right? Wait, they give your tumor to people when they get organ transplant? What? Is it like Hella cells? And you named it Valjean Javert Chanyu. You just know for a fact that those doctors in the office are calling it the shampoo sample. That was larger than a golf ball with finger-like extensions. Holy shit. That just reminds me of something from fucking Bloodborne. I hope that's not inappropriate. You're doing okay? I'm glad to hear that. I catch up on chat. These shoes are very shiny because they're made of Shell Cordovan. And whenever I bring this up, what Shell Cordovan is, people laugh because it's funny. It is funny. Shell Cordovan is made from the subcutaneous piece of flesh of a horse's ass. There's actually, it's very specifically horse butt. You did beat it. Fuck yeah. Actually, that's kind of awesome. I'm glad you beat it. And I'm glad that, like, it's not only did you beat it, but there's actually, like, there's a use for it in the medical community, right? Like, these doctors are like, they're not going to say, like, oh, we want this for no good reason, right? They're going to, there's something about that just like, Although, hopefully, if it's anything like the Hella cells, they let you know what I mean? For those of you that don't know, Hella, Henrietta Lacks, was this, she's a black woman in the South who had this tumor. She knew she had a tumor. I have my foot in it. I do. Henrietta Lacks is this black woman who realized she had something going on. She had a tumor, in her, I think it was in her uterus. Like, she felt it, like she felt that something was wrong. And so, like, she actually reached up in there and she's like, there it is. She got looked at. They really couldn't help her. And so she ended up dying. But there was a doctor that was like looking over her who was like, he told an orderly or one of the interns to go grab that sample. Nobody asked. Nobody asked Henrietta Lacks. They didn't ask her next of kin. They didn't ask. They grabbed that sample because I think they noticed something at that time. And apparently her cells just kept, her tumor cells rather, they just kept regenerating and regenerating and regenerating. And it was like sort of a medical curiosity. This woman is like responsible because of these cells for like most of the modern medicine that we take for granted today, simply because one of the things that they were able to do with all that regenerating tissue was they were able to have human flesh and human cells that was growing in a lab, sure, that they could test things on before actually testing it on, like, a person, a patient. So the world owes Henrietta Lacks a huge debt, but her story didn't become really public until like maybe a few years ago when Oprah did a movie about it. I get to say that I heard about it prior to due to a Cracked article, right? Of all things, a Cracked article. But like it really was, like sometimes in like the weirdest places you'll learn like some of the most fascinating shit. Feels you can get a rubber ain't. I don't know why I encourage this. I don't know why I encourage this for you, sir. You can get it. It's not the same. I mean, it can be if you give it a name. You were part of a huge study for Jesus Christ, 7 years. This is why I know that you're like incredibly selfless. It's not because of like, I know that the work that you do involves helping people, you know, um, get like, what's it called? Accessibility equipment, right? It's not because you're just like, you've always been like this very incredibly sweet member of the community. It's because like, oh no, you can't name an anus dick. It's because like you took 7 fucking years out of your time, because like I know that you could have been doing anything else. Um, to try to, because like lupus is a bitch of a disease, and like we don't really have a cure. We just kind of have a, all right, well, you take this and you deal. You know, I don't know if I could ever be part of like a 7 year anything, right? Thinks back to previous relationships. Oh man. Actually, I kind of hope so. I really like this woman that I started dating recently. And I'm not saying anything yet because it's only been a month, but like, I'd kind of like to stop trying to date people. Like, it's annoying to date new people. You gotta give them your resume and everything. I hate it. You can't name it after me, Feels. I'm just gonna say that now. Please don't name it after me. I guess that's technically not my real name. It would be weird though. You're searching through your drawers feverishly. You're calling out, Han, do you know where Dick is? Han! It's like, did you check the shower where you left it last time? Yes, I checked the shower. It's not in the shower. You know I never... And it wasn't in the shower last time. You know it's never cleaned. What? Hey, Lincoln. Feels Dry wants to name his lab-grown anus after me. The reoccurrence of your heart and lung swelling led to chemo? Did you need chemo? Chemo is so bad. Like, I've never had chemo. My buddy's uncle had chemo recently. He had cancer, you know. He beat it, thankfully. Because it was just like, I need some good news during this fucking pandemic. He had fucking cancer during the pandemic. But goddamn. He fucking beat it though, thankfully. And you know, like the thing was like he was telling me like because I had never really experienced or had anybody that I knew deal with chemo. Like that shit just like devastates your whole ass body, right? You just kind of like don't want to do anything. You don't want to eat. You want to do nothing. You just want to like. So he was telling me like you know we basically between chemo sessions it was like taking shifts. Like, yeah, you know, he's feeling good now. All right, let's stuff him up because he's not gonna want to eat for like the week after he gets his treatment. And I was like, ew, that's not great. I can't imagine that, but my God, yeah, come on. Did I not punch this all the way through? You were able to get 20 followers on Kick. I'm avoiding Kick entirely. I mean, more power to you for trying Kick. I'm avoiding Kick entirely. I don't know. I feel like there's like this. It's gonna be like Trovo. There's gonna be like a bunch of people who go there. They try to do whatever, and then like ultimately they just come back to Twitch. I think everything ultimately always leads back to Twitch. That's the oh. So wait, you're still. I guess. But like, isn't chemo very specifically for cancers though? Does this do a cancer? Is this does the do a cancer? Does lupus lead to cancer? Is oh okay. Hmm. That's not wonderful. I'm gonna say that because chemo. I hope I'm not talking you out of it, but my God, I mean, I'm sure that you already know, right? My God. I think the same thing feels. By the way, it's gonna be like Trovo or Mixer, guys. You guys remember Mixer? Oh man, Mixer. Everybody come to Mixer. We got Ninja. All right, cool. 2 months later, we're sorry to announce the closure of Mixer Studios. It was fun. Thanks for joining us on this nice experiment. And then Ninja just like gets to come back, but all the small streamers who left Twitch for Mixer, you know, like they basically lost everything. Ninja can absorb that. Most smaller streamers cannot. Come on, go through. I punched these holes. I know I did. They went all the way through. Fucking. I even hold it. So yeah, I don't have much faith in Mixer. Or sorry, in Kick. I think that it's just like it's another Trovo. Trovo already seems dead, right? Oh, come on. I know I punched that all the way through. I think you know what it is. It's not even the promise of like splitting whatever. I think it's just like people are hoping that like, you know, that'll be the platform where they finally take off because like they've been doing the grind on one platform for like the longest time and they thought that they'd be the next big sensation and they're not, you know, and so people are looking for that easy out. or that easy in, whichever one, right? And it's just like it's never easy, you know? Sometimes you just get lucky, true, but like it's never gonna be like easy, you know? And if it was easy, it's gonna be just as easy for you to lose it. Their change on revenue is will change, but the pace blah, blah, blah. Doesn't Mixer also have Shroud? I don't know. Who's Shroud? It helps reset the immune system. Eh. My immune system so far is okay, thankfully, knock on wood. Play for market share. Yeah, it is. And like I thought shit, I even thought that like YouTube might actually give Twitch a run for its money. And so far YouTube it feels like YouTube gave up. Like they just stopped caring. You know what I mean? I stopped caring about streaming on YouTube because it seemed like they stopped caring about like any of that shit, you know? It's not like I've seen like incredible um increases in like or updates to how YouTube does streaming. So like, you know, it's just like I stopped streaming on there. It's just like I mean, I wasn't like really making any headway into it, you know. It probably because I wasn't streaming enough on it. And ultimately, I think that just like the static uploads, I think were enough. Are they are enough, you know. Although I haven't uploaded a new short in a while. I gotta get on that because that's like really what creates buzz, I think, on YouTube nowadays. But yeah, I don't trust Kick, right? Just like I mean, I don't even trust Twitch, you know. But it's just it's all like sort of a, you know. And again, like it's new, so it might just go the way of Mixer, where Mixer was just like, well, that was fun. Thanks for joining, everybody. Goodbye. And that was kind of like F because it just did F a bunch of small streamers, you know. I remember this. I remember it very explicitly. And so I'm just gonna use that wisdom to go like, nah, no thanks. Not falling for this shit, you know. Though I do know some people that stream on all platforms at once at great expense, I think. Not expense. But like if you stream on like multiple platforms at once, one, you can't be a Twitch anything. You can't be a Twitch affiliate or partner. Like it's just it's not allowed as far as I know. Right? So like everyone that I know that streams on like multiple platforms at the same time, either they do it knowing full well that they could get their shit banned on Twitch, or they just like refute, undo their affiliate, and so it's just like, well, I'm an affiliate anymore. Cool, but yeah, sorry if it feels like I'm lecturing. I'm not. I'm just like you know giving you my thoughts on it, and I really don't. I really don't think that that kick is like the next thing. You know what I mean? I don't think anything's going to be the next thing. I think Twitch just has too much market share. And if Twitch really wants to, as part of Amazon, they can absolutely destroy most any other live content creation services like it in the long run. You know, so you're gonna try to get some sleep. Okay, Jenny, have sweet dreams. Okay, have sweet dreams of this attachment that I'm going to make for Feels's um thing. That's a heart. It's a heart. It's a heart. It's a heart. It's a heart. No one can tell me it's other than the heart. It's a heart. It's a heart. Everybody, it's a heart. Jenny, have a good night, okay? Or have sweet dreams. Not us fake degens. What do you mean fake? I think they gave in, Lincoln. I really do think they gave in. There are like way too many apps for streaming, and like ultimately I think that the best way to go about any of it is to just, one, don't make it your main thing, right? Like if you're working, don't like suddenly quit your job and go like, I'm gonna be the next top streamer. Do not make it so that you need to rely on streaming for income. Do not, do not, do not, do not. That's a mistake, and that will put you in a ton of debt. Two, don't forget to use all the platforms. Even if you stream on just Twitch, you should be using every platform. Like if you're gonna create content, not even full time, but even like part time, you just want to have like people seeing your shit on TikTok, on Instagram, right? You just want people to see it everywhere, because some people don't use Twitch, but you want to grab that market share, and you want to like try to like grab people and like kind of convince them like, hey, this is where the main show is, you know what I mean? And sometimes it's hard because like some people will not want to make a Twitch account, you know what I mean? It's just like, ugh, that's so much work. And I've made it even more work because people can't chat in my thing unless they have like an authenticated account. But also, I want to thank you all for being able to chat in my chat, because that means you all have authenticated accounts. I apologize to anybody who like had to, more or less be filtered by the authenticated account thing, but like that was a thing to attempt to deal with the bots. Even though, oh God, Lincoln, did I tell you the other day, we got like 5 or 6 it was like a handful of bots actually. They had authenticated accounts and they all just came swarming in here trying to advertise for some shit. And I was like, cool. My settings are on the highest they can be. Luckily Tofu knew how to handle it, and she like quickly just dealt with them and reported the accounts. But like, holy shit, these people are now like aging their bots like fine wine to get that umami flavor. Ah, what shit is this? I hate it. It looks like a bum. No, it's a heart. It's a heart. It's a heart because I love feels. It's a heart. It's a heart. It'll make sense when I make it. I'm gonna probably do that on here too. You already quite liquidated all your assets for a stream. Oh no! Oh no, feels, don't do it. Feels, I thought you told me you were never gonna stream again, even though you have 201 followers. Guys, everyone, Feels has 201 followers, despite the fact that he quote unquote does not stream. He did stream once or twice though, guys. I gotta make clips for him. He was streaming Rocket League. Actually, the last time he streamed, and I missed it. I totally fucking missed it. He did a stream of him unboxing a case for a computer, a PC case, which he then subsequently, I think he was planning on moving all his PC stuff into it. I mean, duh. Why do you buy a PC case if you don't plan on using it? Although, I gotta say, this is one show that came out in Japan called Kamen Rider Revice. And Revice. And in it, every episode, they do like this like slow shot at the end, and they play like relaxing music of the main character's driver. That's like the thing that he gets his powers from. But it's like sitting in a PC case, and like everyone who's an adult is just like, that's just a gaming PC case without the glass thing. So every time I watched it, an episode of that, they ended, it's like, that time for the PC case. It was just so weird. It was such a weird decision. And I guess they chose it because it kind of looked high tech, and it looked like, like, oh, that's where those things go. That's a high tech thing to put these in. You know? I don't know. Maybe it's because, like, I'm a VTuber? I'm kidding. Can you imagine? Did I take out that VTuber tag? Hold on. Let me take it out if I didn't. Uh, I did take it out. Okay. It was a full-on case swap. You did the case swap. Okay. Wait, you did that? But then how? Oh, you have multiple PCs. Never mind. Never mind. I forget. Feels Dry has like 17 PCs. They're all networked together so that he can mine crypto. I'm kidding. Nobody mines crypto anymore, right? Can you imagine mining crypto in 2023? I think all the people that were convinced that there was money behind it lost their savings already. And so everyone else who's left is like bag holders, including major banks who still think it's the next big thing, or they're just too deep into it that they're just like, we can't just let it go now. Which I hope it's not actual banks, right? Because that's not good. It's a great way to lose my money. I'll lose my fucking money. Although fucking Elon Musk, Papa Elon was just like, well, I'm gonna buy a bunch of crypto. And that kind of made it go up. And that was stupid. But I don't go to Papa Elon Musk's page to see him say anything smart, so what was that news about the US dollar crashing soon? It is kind of crashed, isn't it? I don't know about like new news about it, but it like with all the hyperinflation that we've been having, it's the US dollar's kind of not great right now. Maybe I should buy some gold bars, keep them under my bed, you know? Gold doesn't really change in value. For whatever reason, people like shiny things, even if the economy's shit. But gold is like, it's hard to move, right? Silver, I think, is equally hard to move, but it also takes up more space. So it just feels like you bought more. You know what I mean? It's just weird. Silver's weird. Yep, phone's going off. But I wouldn't be surprised if like our economy's pretty. Ever since I started dating this girl, um, and I've been going out more, I've just been noticing things are like so much more expensive now. You know, she was telling me that like she gets when she goes to get a bubble tea, a boba tea. She's like it's like $8. I'm like, whew, whew. I remember before the pandemic it was like 4 to 5. So that's up a lot. And maybe it's just because sugar's up, right? Maybe it's because you know, these any business that has to do with food just like needs to recoup losses, you know, and anything that has to do with people like face-to-face workers, like I think you have to offer them more to be willing to work in customer service simply because like, hey, there's a chance you might get really sick for like 2 weeks, maybe even debilitatively sick for 2 weeks, you know what I mean? So I gotta check my phone real quick. Imagine making a YouTube sponsor. I mean, that is kind of big, right? But like, it's hard to achieve. Countries make deals with China to use the yuan instead of the US dollar. Nice. Oh, I'm that's not like wonderful cuz like I don't like their economy, right? And I don't like how they treat workers. I don't like their policies. I don't like Winnie the Pooh asshole Xi Jinping. Um, you know, a lot of the people that I know that are Chinese, quote unquote Chinese, they're Hong Kong Chinese, right? And everyone who's Hong Kong Chinese doesn't really consider Hong Kong part of China, but China sure shit does. And at the beginning of the pandemic, or before the pandemic started, they were like famously trying to, you know, assert that control over Hong Kong. And then the pandemic happened. But before that, during that attempted more or less coup, the people of Hong Kong were like rioting in the streets because they did not want that shit. And it seems that during the pandemic, it just sort of happened because you can't really organize for for a mob riot if everyone's deathly afraid of coming down with something that may kill them in 2 weeks. So, and I attribute this to my favorite brand of noodles, which used to be made in Hong Kong. It used to say product of Hong Kong on the package, right? Because it's made in Hong Kong, right? Nissen Demai Icho. There is a version that's made for Japan and it's got like straight noodles. This is the one that's wavy noodles and it comes in cakes. Um, Nissen Demai Icho used to say made in Hong Kong. Then at a certain point during the pandemic, I bought some, and I noticed the package said very specifically made in China, and so I was just like, wait, what do you mean made in China? Because a lot of food that's made in China, especially at least a couple years ago, there was concerns because ah, there were chemicals like glues that were being mixed into the food to produce more of it. You know, people died. There were babies on dialysis machines. Unpleasant shit to think about. But since then, it's been revised even further to say product of China from a factory in Hong Kong. And so it's just like, okay, but you're still like trying to essentially erase Hong Kong's independence of you, you know, and that's concerning. We'll be here, feels. Be here, feels. Dude, Mandarin is the worst language. I took a semester of it. Mm-mm. 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 我不知道. Fucking. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Mandarin is very bad. I took a semester of it like years ago because I was like, you know what? It did feel like since China was becoming such a huge global power that like it would have behooved me to learn this language just in case, you know. And then I took a semester of it and I was just like, that was a mistake. This language is this is a hard language. This is not the kind of language that you just pick up. It's not really hard to achieve anything, you know, but like the thing is like YouTube sponsorship, that's very far away for a lot of people. You know what I mean? Um, like I don't know if you get them. I get sponsorship deals all the time through like what's it called? Stream Elements. I just don't take them because like they're not the same deals that they give the big YouTubers. And the big YouTubers get them because like they have, you know, six figures of subscribers, right? I don't have six figures of subscribers and my main deal is doing Twitch streams. But like, you know, you can get um sponsorship deals all the time if you really want them. It's just some of them are like real rough. Like they don't give us the same Raid Shadow Legends deal that they give like a big YouTuber, you know? Like if I wanted to do a Raid Shadow Legends deal and I there was one offered to me recently, it's just like, oh yeah, you got to get like 10 people to sign up. They got to play for like what, 20, 30 minutes each and then you get money. It's not the same as just like, oh, just here you get your own code. It is your own code, but it's not the same as you get your own code. And whoever signs up, and you get bonus money for whatever. You know what I mean? Um, so yeah, these sponsorships they're not hard to come by, but like the good ones are, and those go to like the big YouTubers. And to become a big YouTuber, holy shit, that's not easy. That's actually really hard. To achieve getting a sponsorship deal though, that's actually super duper easy. I've done two sponsored streams actually. Oh, no, I did the one, yeah, two technically for the same thing. It was both for Fortnite. People were addicted to drugs. People are addicted to drugs all over the place. Calling them zombies is weird though. Although there's precedent for that, right? There's oh god, what was it? There's that song by the Cranberries. What's in your head? In your head, zombie, zombie, zombie. Hey, hey. Sorry, what's in your head? It's a wonderful song about people with heroin addictions and how that shit's real bad for you. That shit'll fuck you up. Don't get addicted to heroin, guys. Not good for you. But I don't know. I guess calling them zombies isn't really like new. But also, I guess the public does tend to forget things, especially old trends or even old bits of pop culture. Where's my thread? This guy called Tyler. I mean, there's tons of big creators named, but like I'm not gonna know all of them, and that's another thing too, right? Like, there's tons of huge creators that I've never heard of, and I know that because YouTube will like put a new one in front of me like almost every day or every other day, and it's just like, wow, this person has like that many million subscribers. I've never even heard of this person, And this one video that's like 10 minutes where they complain about things that they didn't like about, I don't know, um, MOBA that's getting taken offline, or things that they liked about MOBA that's getting taken offline. It's just like, well, that's a shame, I guess. And like they have these huge followings, and they are doing different content, you know. Like if you want to talk about like types of content to do, like I think that people like more concise, shorter videos. When I accidentally uploaded a video that got cut short by my DaVinci program, like it didn't say that it failed the render. It just was like, shit's done, and I didn't realize that it only rendered like 25 minutes out of like an hour and change, and I uploaded it. And then I realized later on it was like, oh, it's the first 25. Ah, fuck. But that was after it went live. But also, like, it had twice as many views as normal, and I was like, well, it's clear that people want videos that are shorter than my long ass VODs are every time. you know. But my channel is VODs. It's mostly VODs. There's the occasional like, oh, I'm gonna open this, and there probably will be some of that in the future. I mean, there's definitely gonna be some of that in the future, mainly because I have to write that shit off my taxes. Not mainly because of that, but also like that Junji Ito opening is like my best performing video ever, aside from like that one short from Choo Choo Charles, and it still gets views to this day, and it's over like 1,000 views. Actually, I haven't looked at it in a while. I'll look at it right now, actually. Oh. That Choo Choo Charles video, though, did get me way more subscribers than ever before. Let's see, where is it? Hold on. So the Junji Ito opening is sitting at 1.6 thousand views. 16,000 views. It still gets views to this day. But the Choo Choo Charles clip has 93.3 thousand views and got me, I want to say, 90% of my subscribers. 417 subscribers on it alone. I'm sure that a lot of those people fell off simply because it's like, oh, like he doesn't just make these things every day. He uploads all these VODs, and I hate seeing these things in my timeline, so I'm just gonna unfollow, and that's fine, or unsubscribe. That's fine. Like if I'm not for you, I'm not for you. You know. But yeah. I don't know. The thing is, I don't think I think it's important to not compromise what you're doing simply for views, because otherwise you're gonna be miserable with yourself, right? But also, like, if you're not creating something that somebody wants to watch, then there's no reason why people should watch you. So you have to kind of like walk a fine line. You know what I mean? Hey, what's up, Haruki? You finished RE2? What'd you think? It's the remake, right? What'd you think of it? I thought it was spoopy as shit the first time I played it. Wait, did you do the A and the B? Interviewing strangers? I don't understand those clips. I see a lot of that, and like people seem to enjoy those. I don't understand them. I guess people want like reality TV stuff, but like small digestible bits of it where it's like not 22 minutes long, not 30 minutes long. It's like 25 seconds long, and they ask this complete stranger, "Tell me your deepest darkest secret." And then that deepest darkest secret's like, "Oh yeah, I'm only out in town because I'm here to get an abortion." Haha. It's like I'm from the Bible Belt. It's like there's nothing wrong with abortions. I'm very pro abortion. But, like for some people it's still very taboo. I think everybody should have access to clean, safe, affordable abortions. Abortions for everybody, but not everyone in my country agrees because we have like a bunch of like religious zealots masquerading as good Christians and good Catholics, telling people how they can use their bodies. And I kind of hate that. I hate when people tell me what to do. You know what I mean? I can only imagine how others must feel about that, especially with such an important life decision, you know? Because it is a decision. Otherwise, they wouldn't make condoms. That's a decision, right? And sometimes those things pop, And there's other various reasons as to why you might end up with a pregnancy that's like that wasn't planned. I'm not going to get into them because some of them are pretty gnarly. You know what I mean? You did Leon first. Now you're doing Claire. I would do Claire first, and then only Claire. Because goddamn Claire, she's so good looking. I'm kidding. What? So the canon playthrough for that game is Claire A, Leon B. But like it doesn't really matter, right? As long as you have fun. The second run though, my God, it's just so much harder, and they only made like a few changes. It's real weird how this like, especially in the police station, like one small change makes the game so much harder. Feels Dry gets it. No more babies. Everybody gets snipped after you're done having babies. Everybody gets snipped. Well, actually, 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 I'm gonna say this. It's much easier for dudes to get snipped than it is for ladies to get snipped. So, just saying, guys, I know my buddy, he got a vasectomy after he had two kids with his partner, because it was like, that's it, I'm done. I'm getting snipped, you know. From what I understand, vasectomies are reversible, but don't quote me on that. Um, I obviously do research before you get snipped, but I do think that it's better for a guy to get snipped than for a woman to get her tubes tied. I think the tubes tying is actually way more invasive, way more traumatic for the body. Whereas, vasectomy, it's just scary. It's scary, but they do it in the office. Like, yeah, we just and you're awake the entire time, which I think that's the scary part. I think that's the scary part. You're awake the whole time. I think you gotta be built differently, Game Trickster. That's all. Like mentally, you just kind of like keep doing it. Some people chase trends. You know, they see something's working with somebody else, they'll do the same thing. I think a big thing currently is still the shorts, right? Because TikTok is still very, very popular. People send me TikTok videos that I've yet to watch. I'm sorry, Reaper and Danny. Danny sent me some. I just saw that he sent me a message with TikTok videos the other day, and I was just like, oh shit, he sent these to me, and then I didn't get a chance to actually watch them because when I tried to watch one, it just like froze on me. I was like, eh. So I just closed the whole app. I was just like, oh, back to this. Um. Also, welcome back, Feels. Leon is very handsome. We're going to be playing with Leon a little bit more later once I do some more of this stitching. I don't think I'm going to finish this today. I think we're just going to do the edges. We're going to do some edging. I don't even think I'm going to nail this down. I might punch the holes for it, though, and figure that out. But, yeah. Because, like, I want to be able to put in the loop. I think it's called a belt loop, essentially to hold down the extra bit of leather. And then I want to mass produce, not mass produce, but like produce a few of these to put into the store so other people could also. I'm going to do the ones without the stitching, but this one specifically with the stitching is for our boy Feels because I'm making it special for him. Well, if he doesn't want it, I'll just cry myself to sleep at night. Like I do normally. I do normally. It's just the smallest stitch. It is, but that's the scary thing is that it's a small incision in something that's like a very tender area. You know what I mean? Oh, that's exactly it, Game Trickster. Right? Like I can't get excited about things all the time. That's why like I can't do those reaction videos, right? Because they overblow those things, and it's just like I can't. I could never, right? If you watch any of my openings on the YouTube, it's just like cool. Like I knew that was gonna be in here, or oh, that's cool. I don't go like, oh my god, oh my god, because I can't. It feels disingenuous. It feels disingenuous. Even if I pull something that like actually makes me really happy, it's just like, oh fuck, that's awesome. But also, like in the back of my mind, I still realize that's just a piece of cardboard, you know. Do I enjoy having the pieces of cardboard that I like? Yes. But I still recognize that it's just a piece of cardboard. Like that's cool and all. But like it's just a piece of cardboard, right? On the 1 year anniversary stream, I opened up some old ass Star Wars starter decks, Star Wars CCG starter decks, and I actually got a card that I wanted as a kid, Han Solo. I keep it here. I still keep it here because look at that shit. That's our boy. That's our boy right there. Hey, fuck it. Stop that. Stop that. Fuck you. The reflection's killing it. Anyway, I keep it here. One of my favorite things. And, like I didn't fucking start jumping up and down and acting like a fucking asshole about it. I was just like, "Oh shit, that's real good." Like it's just like, "Oh, that feels real good." And I was just sort of like basking in it, but I wasn't going overboard. People want that. People like to see that. I don't know why. It's like is it cuz they want to think in the back of their brain like, "Hey, there's something fucking wrong with that dude. It's just a piece of cardboard, man. Calm down." Right? But like realistically, it's not like opening a piece of cardboard is going to change your life. Granted, if you open like let's say you're opening like Alpha Magic the Gathering, you open a Black Lotus and it's like incredibly, pristine and you think it'll grade well. Sure, that's like a house, right? But also if you're opening that type of product, you likely already, unless you have had it in your closet for 30 years, you likely have the kind of money where you've already bought the house because like individual boosters of that stuff is like six figures. Individual starters of that product is six figures. So you likely buy your necessities before you buy lottery tickets that are six figures, because that's what it is. You're just opening them trying to get like this one thing. There was this younger dude who I can't say you like where his money comes from, but like I remember he was like a younger dude. He was opening like all this alpha and beta product of Magic the Gathering on like his YouTube channel, um, trying to get like those hits, the Moxes, the Lotus, all the Power 9 and shit, And so he was opening like beta starters, and it's just like, all right, I guess he just has his life in order because like he's clearly bought these recently, which means that like you should take care of all the other expenses before you go out and buy like expensive cardboard. You know what I mean? You should. You should. You had it in your head you thought gaming was going to be an easy task. Uh, oh, you sweet summer child. I mean, like that's the thing, right? It's not just gaming, right? If you're gonna stream, you got to stream something that somebody wants to watch, right? I remember early on, Haruki could actually back me up on this. I was streaming a ton of what was it? Enter the Gungeon. I don't know why I fell into it, but I just noticed that like as I was streaming that game, it was attracting more people. And so it's just like, all right, I'll just stream more of this. To the point where like I don't think it's impossible, but it's very hard to get the platinum achievement in that game. And I got the platinum achievement because I played it so much. You know, there's a lot of collecting, and I didn't even unlock everything in that game. That's how deep that fucking game goes. But you know, like I did like way more streams of that than I thought I was going to. I didn't. I If you gave me that game, they did give me that game a year prior. If you gave me that game a year prior, but then like also told me like you're also gonna platinum this one day, you know, it's just gonna be like, nah, you're fucking stupid. And then like I have the platinum achievement for it because I played it so much on stream. I must have like 500 hours of it, you know, and I think that's a good one, but like I can't recommend it simply because like I don't know if it's still a good one to play to like get random straggling people in here unless you're doing something out of the ordinary like speedruns or whatever, you know. Anyway, gotta spend money to make. It depends. It depends. But like when you're cracking, if this is in response to like opening six-figure lottery tickets to try to just get six-figure cards, like with any cardboard or any product opening, I always say because I see people complaining all the time. Like I opened up sealed product of collectible X, Y, or Z, and didn't get as much money in value in secondary market value as I did putting in. It's just like, well, what did you expect? It's sealed product. It's randomized. You don't know what's in there. If you knew what was in there, you wouldn't have to buy it, right? Because you know what's in there, or you just know what's in there, and then you just get what you paid for, right? But you didn't pay for anything specifically. You bought sealed product of random product, so you got random product. You can't complain about that. I always get on people's cases about it because it's just like it's random figures. A B, the secondary market is actually a function of the community, right? We're the people that put those values on these cards, on these figures, whatever, on the secondary market. So if you're going to be mad at anybody, it's not the company that makes its fault. It's our fault, and it's your fault for even thinking like, oh, I'm going to break even on this. And what does that even mean? Are you going to sell these things immediately? No, you just want to put them in your collection. Okay, well they're going to lose value, or they're going to deprecate in value eventually anyway. So like the value proposition is a moot point. You're just upset because you didn't pull the random figures that you wanted. So if you wanted specific figures, what you should have done in the first place was you should have bought the individual figures that you wanted on the secondary market and not left it up to chance. And I keep getting on people's case about it because it's just like that's just the thing. You're making a big mistake going like, man, I'm gonna open this and I'm gonna get exactly the 1 in 400 card that I want. And it's just like, no, you're fucking not. You're not guaranteed to get any of that shit. You know what you're guaranteed? You're guaranteed if you open up a box of cards, you're guaranteed like what, 700 random cards. You know? Or what was it, 400? What's 15 times 36? It's whatever that number is. Maybe plus or minus 1. Yeah, but I don't get what you're getting at, Game Trickster. Like if you're looking at like the finish line, you're ignoring the path that gets them there. You know what I mean? You can't just look at the finish line and be like, "Man, that'd be awesome. I can't wait to be there." You have to take into account like what they had to do to get there. You know what I mean? And some of them they did get lucky. Some of them just got lucky, you know? I'm not gonna say like there aren't people out there that just got lucky. There are some people that just got lucky. You know, they went viral, and then from there they just had an automatic audience, and then their audience was like, well, cool, and then they kept doing that, and so like the audience stayed or they grew, and then like, you know, they just have like this following now, you know. Like sometimes that happens, but some people have to work on it. A lot of people have to work on it, you know. So you can't just like look at the end result and be like, man, I want to be there. It's like, you that's that's a lofty ambition. You don't just get there. You don't just like go directly to there. There's no real formula. Otherwise, more people would just be there, right? You know, there's you can watch all the videos you want on tools and tips for success in the YouTube/content creation world, but that won't mean jack shit if you're not like if you're just like, you know, slightly behind a trend, right? Because like some of these things just follow trends, and that's weird. I think that trends are weird, but whatever. People follow trends, you know. I don't even know what's trending right now. I really don't. I'm an old man. I get confused so easily. Like I didn't start Leathercraft because I thought it was gonna be like trendy. I started Leathercraft because I was like, I want to make things that I want. And, you know, part of me wants to do this and like, you know, maybe even like change my profession from architect to this. I mean, it is tangentially related. I don't think I would be able to do Leathercraft had I not done architecture for like 8 years prior. More than even. The schooling really helps too, actually. But I'm not like doing Leathercraft going like, man, it's gonna be awesome when I have that 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 custom leather working shop one day in the future, and that's all that I do for a job. Part of me is just like, should I also consider going back into like an office job? And the answer to that is like obviously yes, but also, you know what I mean? So, following trends can be. Creating a trend is probably where it's even better at. You know what I mean? But if you're first at the finish line, oopsie. There we go. But also, like anticipating a trend is also like really hard because you never know what people want to see. People don't know what they want to see until they see it, and then they're like, "Whoa!" You co-op the worst rated games on stream on Steam. I mean, that's a thing you can do, right? There's there's this dude called he goes by Iron Pineapple on YouTube. Let me get back to he calls himself Iron Pineapple. He does this web series called Steam Dumpster Diving, where he plays games that are like Souls like games on just like to basically see like what they're like, you know, and if they're worth your time. And so he takes suggestions from his community, from his Discord, from the comments in the YouTube, and he'll just like try these games out solely because they have like this Soulsborne or Souls like tag on them, just to find out like is this worth playing. And he gives us like his honest opinion. Like some of them are just like, oh, this is actually really cute, um, or there's a lot of potential to this game, or this is a student project. Don't get your hopes up too high, but also it's not bad for a student project, or my god, this is just Chinese shovelware, you know? There we go. Let's get back to where. All right, so we're here. The next part is hate that this is like that. The next part is we're gonna punch some holes. Roughly, actually, you should punch the holes in here first, and then we'll mash them to. Actually, where's my awl? Here it is. But yeah, definitely check out Iron Pineapple if you ever get a chance. I think he's a fun guy. Yeah, I'm gonna punch some holes. Hole punch is one of the best things I got for leatherworking so far, is it punches the holes. Is this a 3? It is a 3. Okay, so we need the 3 for the rivets. And 3, 5 for the oh, we already punched those holes. Alright. 3 for the rivets and 3, 5 for the buckle. Just punch a hole there. Sherry Birkin for 2 minutes and she already annoys you. She's a child, you know. She's a child. She doesn't know any better. She's just a small kid. Don't get her killed. Oh god, her part in the remake is so bad. I hate that part. I'm sorry. Uh 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 I think it's the developers punishing you for playing as Claire because like Claire is great and then like it's time for the Sherry Birkin part and it's not a fun time. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Haruki. Okay, so there's this hole and then there's a hole around here, right? There it is. I want to get between those two, so I figure here. Then here. Right. That'll be the minimum, and then the maximum will be wherever we put punch from there. So be off to the side a little bit even. Yeah, the Birkin parts, the Sherry Birkin parts are like, I mean, she's a child. Can't hold it against her. I bet I was an annoying child, you know? In fact, I know I was. Oh yeah, and Iron Pineapple, I really do enjoy his stuff. He's great. He never shows his face. He's just very like chill, relaxed, and everything. He doesn't go absolutely insane on any of his videos, you know? Like he doesn't ham it up, right? It's another quiet content creator, and I like him. I like the work that he does. Um, we're not gonna put the studs in, but I am gonna test to make sure that this is adequately spaced. Then I'm gonna work on the heart, and I'm probably gonna slick the edges. So let's go through here. So that goes through there. And from there, this one goes through the bottom. Come on. Okay, so that is how it lays flat, but then you have to actually add some sliding space. So we're gonna punch to the other side and we'll connect it. So I just wanted to make sure that that worked out. Okay. Hey, what's up, Jay? Thank you for the lurk. I hope your day's been going well. And I hope your errands go swiftly and with very little issue. Hey, Nigel, thank you for becoming a dickhead. How's your day been? Sherry just got kidnapped. Yep. Yep. She do that sometimes. Not sometimes. That's a scripted event. She does do that. She does get kidnapped. She's a pain in the ass. At least she's not your problem now. And you're gonna be glad for that, because this next part, I know exactly where you are now. Oh boy. I guess you do too, because you've already played Leon A, so. It is a little different for Claire, that area, but not so different. Um, I kind of wish that it was easier to get these little bits out from the hole punch, because I hate when they just sort of like fall and like end up on the floor and shit. Not that I don't vacuum, but still. Oh well, let me close this, put this aside. We need the cutter. Where's my box cutter? A box cutter, sorry. My hobby knife? No, my hobby knife's actually the other one. This is just a utility knife. I will say though, right? Like it's very hard to find something that's truly like your own in content creation because so many things have been done already. And so like you think like, oh, I got the next big thing, and then you find out like, no, it's been tried and done, even done better than you've done it, you know? So realistically, what you have to do is like you have to win the hearts and minds of your viewers through I feel through being earnest and like not being a shit butt. Unless they want you to be a shit butt. Like sometimes that shit butt content really plays well. There's a few people that like they just try to do like like really shitty content. It's just like why? Ugh. But it works for them and their community seems to enjoy it, so but like I honestly am just like very like bleh. That's not good. You know. I won't tell them to their face because it's just like if it works for them, they're gonna be biased, right? But also it's not my business, right? It's also not my style. Not my style. Okay, so now that that's like that, we can do this again. Except now there's some space here. So that I'll go through there. Okay. I'm not gonna put these holes through because then they'll snap close and then it'll be a pain in the ass for me to separate them. But now that those are there, right, we can lay this flat and it's fine. But if we need to Oh, did I cut the wrong direction? I did, didn't I? Oh, it comes in a little bit. Oh, that's so stupid. Okay, whatever. It's still fine. We'll go in the opposite direction. If only I could move these like in Photoshop. It's like highlight. Uh, Real life ain't like that, Sonny. I shouldn't say Sonny. Now people are gonna think I'm old. Put that there and put that there. I have to edit the pattern because I have this drawn up in AutoCAD. There's a few changes that I wanted to make. There's a few changes that I want to make to this pattern so that it's like better. Because obviously, you always got to iterate. I'm getting texted by her again. It does make my day to get texted by the lady. nice to hear from her. I like hearing from her. I like spending time with her, more importantly. Also, upgraded the workshop a little bit. I have a trash can in here now. Hey! But the only reason why I have a trash can in here is because I broke a shredder yesterday. And because of that, I was like, well, I could use this bin, but I guess the shredder's fucked. And like the shredder's like fucked. Like I opened it up to see if I could clear the jam, and it's just like, no, nah, nah, you cracked a gear, son. And I was like, shit. All right. Good to know. Good to know. Okay, so this lays flat, and then if it has to, it goes in and perfect. Okay. So those holes are great. Most holes are great. What? Bye later. Go pick that up real quick. Let me get back to work. Ah. Let's see. Oh, let me there we go. Let's see now. What was I gonna do next? Oh, that's right. Let me put these aside. We don't need these bolts right now, or these rivets right now. This certainly wasn't a step up in terms of like hardware though. Um, this leather cup involves a lot of hardware. The rivets, the buckles, right? It's more than what we were doing with any previous products, right? The wallets themselves don't use that much hardware, but now they do. I guess now they can because I have access to that hardware. What was I gonna do? Oh yeah, what time is it? It's almost 5. We'll put like an end to this at 6. I feel like this is gonna be a pain in the ass to cut out. But it's always really good to work on things like this, right? The the hand cutting, you know, because you never know when you're gonna be like needing to do certain things like this. This is kind of sharp over here. Oh well, that's what I get for designing in CAD. I have to go dig up my leather in a second to cut this out. I wonder if we're gonna finish Resident Evil 4 today. Always a good question, right? That whole ride's been really good though. And really glad that I'm really glad that you guys came along. the Resident Evil 4 run. You know? I like it. I like that game. I think that one day, if and when you guys play it, you'll like it too. If you're still on the fence about it, if you use my CD keys code, the game is like, what did I pay for it? I bought it through CD keys actually. I can't use my own affiliate code, unfortunately. I had to use another friend's affiliate code, but I think it was like under $50 instead of the whole last 60. You know what I mean? I think that's a they do different things, Haruki. Sorry, I just saw that question. They do different things. So I don't want to spoil too much, but you still, I mean, put Claire's starter gun away. But the cop car gun does have a sight. So I don't know if you realize this about guns in that game, but they do more damage if you wait for the reticle to be focused before you fire, right? The ones with the laser sight though do not rely on a reticle, right? Why this matters is because that means that it always does maximum damage that it can do as a firearm every time you pull the trigger. There we go. Also, I think that one has like a really big magazine. Ooh, that slipped. So yeah, you're probably better off with that gun for now, but you will probably end up using Claire's starter gun later on, just depending on if you find everything for it. But not to, I'm not even gonna say that next part, because I don't want to spoil anything for you. I can't. I'm trying not to spoil anything because it's still one. It's a new game. Two. It's your first time playing it. I gotta let you find things out. You know, because when the gears start running and you find things out, it's just like holy crap. You know. Let me go get some leather to cut this part out. Out. Ignore the cereal thing on the bottom. There we go. I should probably oh, don't fall. Ignore the cereal thing on the bottom. Where's my all? There it is. The tyrant scared you, then you went to the sewers? I mean, yeah, that'll happen. I'd go to the sewers too if the tyrant was around. Shit. You kidding me? That guy's not pleasant to be around. I bet he smells terrible too. I mean, not as bad as the sewer smell, but, you know. Oh, am I using the wrong all? I am. I am. Oh, I did a dummy boo boo. I need that to not fall. Oh, I did do a dummy boo boo. This one's slightly pointier. I was gonna get a much more precise. Shit, don't fall. I can stop that. Oh, wait, I forgot to do the whole loophole. Well, I guess this isn't really like 100% required for accuracy. This could just be whatever. What the hell? God, Easter's coming up. I didn't even realize that. That's just like, surprise. Easter. Easter? Easter. I have to give my friend his wallet. I have been slacking on mailing things out. I gotta send out. Don't bully me. Hold on. There we go. Perfect. I mean, not perfect. We're not done. Anyway, little scraps of that there. My cat's staring at me. I'm gonna do the old. I'm gonna ignore her. Yo, shoot. I don't want to hear. All right. Let's do this real quick. Should be quick. Oh yeah. So when you use a scratch all to put the initial pattern in there, there's gonna be like a little bit of like transfer of oil. The oil just sort of like goes away from that area. But if you press down, I've noticed that like it just sort of like tightens it up a little bit, but maintains the. Ooh, I cut. Not a cut. My skin cracked. Sorry. I should wash it first, actually. Maybe right back. Put that on when this dries out. I skin cracked earlier. But it was going to. Is this not? Let me flip the blade around. I know that there's got to be an easy way to sharpen these things. Like I do have a sharpener in the house, but it is sort of like annoying that they lose their edge so quickly. Oh god, that's so much sharper. Oh, that's so much sharper. Whoops. I should have a second sense for this by now. Of how sharp it is. Oh my god, that's so much sharper. That is so much sharper. Oh, jeez. very careful not to like accidentally ruin anything, I guess. There we go. I guess I also have to be careful that I don't cut myself, right? Like that's pretty important, I feel. That is so much sharper. Oh my god. I don't know why I just thought of this. I used to have an ex that had a really thick accent. And I was like waiting for her because she drove and I didn't drive, so I was waiting for her to pick me up near this place. And she's like, "Can you go into such and such and get me?" I thought she said oranges, and I was like, "I don't think they have oranges." She's like, "No, no, go in. I know they have it." I was like, so I'm like, I go in and I look around looking for a thing that I know they don't have. It's a chain drugstore. And then I see her again. Like they didn't have oranges, and she's like, "No, not oranges, orange juice." Oh, orange juice. Oh god, her accent was like making her combine the two into like, no, Summer, don't start. You have your food. You didn't want to eat it. So her accent was combining the two words. Hey, don't start. Oh, do you want me to put you under the name? Okay. Let me know. Go, go, go. Hey, you do. All right, listen, I'm putting that over you there. All right, I'm very busy. By very busy, I mean I just want to cut this. What are you doing, little troublemaker? She doesn't know what she wants. Ah, kids, am I right, guys? So yeah, I'm not making fun of her accent. It was just like I had no idea what you were trying to say to me, hun. You know? Anyway, for whatever reason, I think it's a funny anecdote. There we go. Lego. Lego. What do you want? No, no, don't play with that, Summer. Sharp there. Gotta keep an eye on her. I don't wanted to get too curious about my tools, you know what I mean? Okay. A little bit of sanding. What do you want? What do you want, bad girl? We're not gonna stitch around this one though. No point. It's just a gag attachment. The heart. The heart. Everybody, it's a heart. I don't want to hear anybody complain otherwise about it not being a heart. Gag attachment for the cuff so that feels dry. And no, we love him, guys. We love feels dry. If you don't fucking love feels dry, fuck out. Um, I'll probably make some more cups off stream though, because I do want to like add a few to the shop, purchasable either through points or through actual cash if you do want to support Dick Record Heavy Industries. She's burying herself in my shirt. Where did I put the thing? Oh, there it is. Hashtag not sponsored. Okay. We're gonna edge. Where's the edge beveler? There it is. It's gonna be difficult because this is curved. In fact, where's my strop? Oh, maybe it's not gonna be difficult. Same thing in this direction. Now I'm realizing I'm working in that workspace and not this portion of the workspace. So like doing things like this on stream is always a weird, not proposition, but like weird thing, because like you have this workspace, right? And you want to like do things to show off the work that you're doing in the workspace. But then like, you know, your habits pop up and suddenly it's like, oh, I like to work in this corner of the mat for whatever reason. You know, hard to explain, I guess. There we go. Let's see the build. Oh, we're gonna punch these holes. Did that do it? Okay. I can never tell sometimes. Bigger than the slit that I made. Whatever. Okay. Gonna connect these through a simple cut across horizontally. Perfect. Crank is nowhere to be seen. Are you sure? I don't. I forget if she needs it or not. So certain items, only one of those characters gets, and the other one gets the other one. If that makes sense, you know, like the keys, right? Like Leon never gets the heart key. Remember? And I'm not sure if Leon gets the crank. I think it's like that. If you're like looking explicitly for the crank. I forget if it's Claire that gets the crank or yeah. 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 The keys are different. There you go. Okay. So this is done. This is much bigger than I thought it was gonna be. What time is it? 5:18? Alright. Let's try to do some edge dressing. So I'm gonna try using my this thing. God, what's it called again? My all. Give it my all to do the edge dressing because I've been noticing that like if I use my finger, I tend to sloppily get a little bit everywhere, and I don't want to do that. Like it's not super noticeable, but like it is noticeable to me. That's why I still kind of does it. That's annoying. Did I not? I did. Okay. There we go. Okay. Let's do two corners, two edges. They wanted the A and the B, or rather the Claire and the Leon scenario to be slightly different. And so that's one of the ways, by the way. One of them gets like one key. I think only Leon gets the crank. They obviously have different guns, you know. Okay, where's my slicker? I know I had it. Are you saying that Leon belongs in jail? Leon does not belong in jail. Leon has been having the worst first night of his life. What a terrible night to have a curse. You know what I mean? I'm gonna slick this. Actually, maybe I should use the slightly lighter one. I think I should hammer this down with the fat hammer. I've been trying to use the smaller hammer because it's like a nice small metal hammer, but I feel like possibly not the best hammer for the job. Oops, not getting that all on screen, am I? I'm the worst streamer ever imagined. Imagine being as bad a streamer as me. Don't do it. Give yourself a headache. Remember, guys, thinking too hard gives you wrinkles. Uh, That's a thing that the Full Speak Malibu Stacy, I think, says in that episode of The Simpsons. Uh-oh. I've already forgotten what I was talking about, Feels. I'm sorry. Was I talking about flan? I don't even know anymore. I was thinking about flan the other day and how much I want it, and I saw a video about how easy it is to make flan, and I was like, that's not easy. You fucking liar. Oh, I'm no, that's see, feels that just tells me that you have bad taste. I'm kidding. Oh god. Oh god. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. There's a whole podcast dedicated to bad taste. It's called Trash Taste. Although it's just those guys are just weeaboos. That's all. I guess I'm a weeaboo. You know, spend too much time idolizing Japanese culture. Oh, I'm like, man, I wish I was back there. But then I would just be like a weird guy who doesn't like talk to girls over there too. That's not entirely true. I would just creep them out more because they'd be like, ah, Kimoi Gaijin da! Tasukete kudasai! And I'd be like, ah, shit, again. And the police and the Yakuza would chase me out. Hidoi na. Gaijin wa. Oh my. How do you say kill? Kurasu? Kurasu? Might be Kurasu. It's not Taos. Taos is defeat. Is that why all the girls you like are actually men? It could be. It could be. I mean, you know what though? That's not a bad thing necessarily. Not a bad thing. Maybe they wear skirts better, you know? You never know. Is that too much? I asked this woman that I'm dating if she ever wears dresses or skirts. Mainly because I want easy access. What? Oh, I didn't say that. Shit. Ah, ah, ah. But also, like, you know, it's easier that way. Both of us, right? It's just easier that way. Also, I don't know if you guys noticed, I'm wearing my Fortnite shirt. I never brought it up. I should have wore it during the Fortnite stream actually. But when I first saw any of the the Scott Pilgrim media and saw that he was wearing a Smashing Pumpkins t-shirt, specifically the Zero shirt, I was like, oh, I feel seen. Because this was always like my favorite Smashing Pumpkins band shirt. This is my like third copy of it at this point. Although it meant something else in the terms of the story, where calling Scott Zero meant that he was like on the path of becoming an evil X if he wasn't careful. You know. Zero is a song though by the Smashing Pumpkins, and it's the shirt that I'm wearing. I never understood the song though. The concept of the zero. But I've told other people they don't understand when they criticize my shirt, so it's just like you just don't understand, man. Something about being someone's face. Their dreams of glass. Wow, 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 wow. So sad, yeah, prime. Billy Corgan's singing voice is not good. Like I'm a big fan of the Smashing Pumpkins. I never liked his singing voice. I had an ex. She was a musician. She's like, well, it works for him because it's he's a rock singer. You know, like that's what they're going for. I was like, I guess. I just never liked it. I always thought that he was like doing them a great disservice by even being in the band. Meanwhile, he thinks that it's his band, that like the whole band belongs to him. So, you know, he's a bit much. He's kind of a diva. Yeah. Oh, you have to do this long ass thing. Long, long band. Sorry. Mirage, a couple months ago, before the dark ages, he did a couple chill streams where he was just showing people Japanese commercials. And the one that people seem to like gravitate to or be confused by the most was Long Long Man, a series of commercials for this gummy candy where like the joke is that like this dude, this woman is gonna cuckold her boyfriend for this guy who like clearly just has a massive donger. I think that's the joke or the implication. But then it turns out like he's bi and like he's actually Long Man's after her boyfriend who's also like sort of smitten. It's such a weird series of like, yeah, fuck, let's just go nuts with this idea. And they really do. Great. I love it. If you haven't seen Long Man, it's all on YouTube. Part of me thinks I should use my finger. Part of me is also concerned that we are getting some contaminants in the tokenol. Not that that matters. If anything, it enriches the tokenol. Hey, what's up, Sin? How you doing? Give me a sec. I gotta take care of this. I gotta work this in. How are you feeling, Cinnamon Snow? Did you study today? I didn't see you streaming, but I very much did not get to do much of anything this morning. I had to drop off my tax papers at my accountant. I have an accountant again. Yay. Not looking forward to how much that's going to cost me, but I have an accountant again. Tired. Where's my water? That makes sense. We all work too hard, guys. Ah, yes. He's also playing Octopath. I don't know if he's further along than you are, actually. He's pretty far along in the game because I know he got all 8 Octos. And I thought it was weird that like the Inklings also make an appearance in that game, but I guess it's just cross promotion, right? Those weird things from Splatoon. So I don't know. I don't know where you are in that game. Actually, I'm gonna be perfectly honest. Because every time I see you streaming, and every time I go in for the surreptitious lurk, you're usually doing calculus or programming, and it's like okay, I just be there for the solidarity. Okay, it looks like a long game, you know. It looks like a long game. It looks fun. I don't think I'm gonna let myself play it simply because there's too much shit that I have to take care of already. There's too much shit I have to take care of already. All the endings. I just want one ending. I want a happy ending. What? It's a joke for legal reasons. That's a joke for legal reasons. Um oh, I still have to finish Persona 5. I have not forgotten, guys. I have not forgotten about the Persona 5. I have not forgotten about the fifth Persona. We're all gonna see it. We're all gonna see the ending together. Then I'm gonna be like, man, that's it. I played this game for 472 hours for that. That's probably not gonna be a joke either. That's probably not even a joke. I'm already over 300 hours in that game. There are 8 endings, one for each character. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. Wait, does each character have multiple endings though, or is it just like one ending per character, regardless of like um, anything else? And in order to get the endings, that's considered the good ending is getting an ending for that character. Just one. Okay, that's fair. Oh god, I was watching this thing the other day on YouTube where they were talking about like this one game that has an undocumented number of endings simply because all the interactions in the game aren't even fully documented, but certain interactions will get you certain additional chunks of ending material. I think it wasn't binary domain. I think it was Alpha Protocol. That's what it was, which is a delisted game. It's a delisted game. That's what I was watching. It was Austin Eruption talking about delisted games. Austin Eruption, also known as Boku no Eruption, which is Japanese for My Eruption, which I guess he named his channel. after his. Never mind. I can't criticize because my channel's named after the record of dicks. What? 8 story endings and a true ending that follows. Okay, so the true ending you only get if you get all 8 regular endings, right? Is that's my understanding? Is that correct? My God, seems a little ambitious. They should just do one ending, regardless of what characters you get, and like all the other characters that you didn't get their endings for, or that you didn't get, they just sort of show up at the end going like, "Oh man, well, I heard that you needed some help or some shit." They'll like put like an ass pull sort of reason as to why they're even there. Did somebody order a pizza? And then like, Bo Derek shows up with like a fucking pizza. I don't even know who Bo Derek is. I'm assuming they're related to Bo Jackson. But who knows at this point? All 8 minutes. Ah, God, that's too much. You know what though? If I had all the time in the world, I bet I'd love that fucking game. Like I was a huge fan of Super Nintendo era JRPGs, but then at a certain point, like I just couldn't like handle the um the minutia. I don't know if it's like because of age, right? Where it's just like there's just too much little shit in it, you know? It's too much goddamn shit. I can't handle all of it. But like at a certain point, I was just like, I cannot deal. I cannot deal with all of this shit. I remember though when I was younger, thinking to myself, like I saw criticism of it in magazines going like, like is it too much? Can games be too long? It's like fucking no, no, make them longer. And now as an adult, I'm just like, maybe a little, just a teensy bit shorter, maybe just like a little less. Oh, okay, we got a second epilogue. Got a hidden boss. We got a hidden boss, guys. Oh Christ, the hidden boss that's required for the extra secret ending with animal sauce. Ah, fuck. All right, we're doing it. We're doing it. Come here, extra secret hidden boss with animal sauce. And the extra super secret hidden boss with animal sauce does a party wipe spell. And you all die because you didn't know you had to have like resurrection rings on. Cool. Next try. Extra super secret hidden boss. Poisons you all first. But it's like Giga Death poison. So like it lasts beyond um dying. And so even though you use the resurrection ring, after you got up the one time that it allows you to get up, the super secret mega death poison gets you like 2 seconds later because the round ends and then suddenly, oh, I'm dead again. Huh, cool. And you just fucking grab the disc, just throw it out the goddamn window, and go, I'm gonna play Call of Duty. This is how villains are made, ladies and gentlemen. I wonder how many super villains and Republicans Square Enix made with that kind of bullshit. Not that I'm calling Republicans supervillains, but I am calling them out to tell them, call your mom. Call your mom. Let them know what you're doing. See if they're still proud. Kidding. I really shouldn't call people out based on party lines because, like, it always ends up poor. It always ends up not good. You know what I mean? Okay. that's good. That snaps onto there, or that gets riveted onto there. All right, all right. I think we're good for today. This is not Resident Evil 4. How you doing, Simian Soda? Listen, that's followed by babysitting. It's followed by babysitting, but this is not babysitting. Ah, no. Giant dick on the screen now. You're gonna get me shut down. We'll do babysitting in a little bit. I gotta clean up actually. I'll do babysitting in a little bit. Leathercraft on stream though. This whole setup, I know it's not much. It takes like at least 15 to 20 minutes to set this up. And it takes like 15 to 20 minutes to break this down. I know it doesn't seem like it, but it takes so long. It takes so long. Ah. But it's like 5:40, yeah. Yeah. Let's switch over actually. Cow skin. Yeah, yeah, you know. It's what they make foreskin out of. And 5 skin. Yes. Yes. Exactly. 5 skin. It's kind of like feels. Hey, what's up, Ren? How you doing? Feels. It's kind of like when I went to a Spanish bakery one time. Usually I go there to get the tres leche cake, right? The tres leche cake, the tres leche. And I noticed that they had cuatro leche cake. And I was like, you can't just add another leche. You can't just add another leche. And the fourth leche was caramel sauce on top. It was just caramel sauce on top. And I was like, you know what? I don't even understand my own people. This is why I'm so divorced of it. And it's like not even specifically my people. That's not caramel. You can make yeah, you can. So feels, I don't know if you know this, but if you take sweetened condensed milk and you boil it, right? If you boil the can of sweetened condensed milk, it makes a caramel sauce. I'm not entirely sure on like the logistics of it, but like yeah, that's like it. So I think that's what they did. Like, and then it just made like a caramel sauce, and they just like did a coat on the top. So big you can absorb people like Majin. Oh no, oh no! Don't absorb people like Majin Buu unless. Ren, how's your new position going? Are they letting you work from home yet? We're gonna be switching over to Resident Evil 4 in a bit. Oh good, my shout out player is working. I could actually use that this time. Instead of going like, fuck, who do I remember was here? Shit, I remember 3 people being here. Thank you, Streamer Brain. Thank you, Streamer Brain, for ruining my brain. But ween that tastes bad. This one? I'm kidding. You're on vacation. I wish I was on vacation. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm always on vacation because we're in unemployment mode still. I'm just packing up everything. We're going to switch over to our good friend, Leon S. Canada. We're going to play a little bit of Resident Evil 4 after I clean up and disassemble all this shit. Any plans for your stay-at-home vacation? So this was part 2, right? This is part 2 of a leather cuff that we're going to make. Similar to this one, right? Except this one's got extra reinforcement. Mainly because I expect the person, when they're wearing this, to just masturbate furiously while it's on them. And so I want it to have extra reinforcement to, you know, make sure that it doesn't fall apart while they're doing it. But yeah, we're gonna have a standard version that I'm probably gonna add to the shop. It's gonna look like this. But also, making the standard version taught me a lot about making this one, and there's something that's still missing for this one that I gotta fix. You're not taking it off during the fisting sessions? Oh no. You might accidentally, like, pull somebody's, innards out like that. No, no, this is a heart, I'm sorry. Ren, that's a heart. That's a heart, you sicko. You pervert. Can't believe you thought that that was a... It's a heart. It's a heart. It's a heart. My God. What do you think of us, Ren? Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. I'm offended. I'm offended that you even thought such negative, nasty thoughts about me and my good friend Feels Dry, who feels dry all the time, even after moisturizing. Right shit. You better be fucking sorry. God damn. I can't believe that that came out of you even. You of all people. Jesus Christ. You of all people. Ugh. 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 Everybody look at Ren. Everybody look at her. Look at her. Look at her. Look at her. Wait. Is that all? I can't. Can I do this? No, I can't. I can't. There she is. Look at those. Look at those emotes. There we go. I can't even touch them. I'm stuck in this box like a fucking mime. Just like. Dunk, dunk, dunk. Imagine being stuck in a box like a mime. All right. I'm gonna clean this up. I'm probably gonna vacuum a little bit. I'm gonna make something to eat real quick. Then we're gonna come back. Gonna do some shout outs. We're gonna hit the Resident Evil 4 mines. Hopefully I'll beat it today. Or my name isn't Leon Canada. I don't know what his name is. Goose gets really upset though when I call him Leon S. Kennedy because she's like, no S. I shouldn't do her voice like that. Anyway, I'll be right back, guys. Ooh, I should write down this time so that I can like do the cut for the VOD. I was having an issue doing cuts for the VODs the other day. Figure that shit out. 2:35. Somebody out there who's watching these is going to be very disappointed. Resi for the